Good morning. We're here to go over a few updates in the James Arthur death investigation case. Just to recap, on Thursday, October 27th, Cape Coral Police Department began a missing person investigation into James Arthur and Garrett Kern disappearing. Later that evolved into Garrett Kern being a person of interest into the disappearance of James Arthur, and a warrant was issued for grand theft auto in the theft of James Arthur's Volvo. On November 3rd, Thursday, Garrett Kern was captured in Chicago, Illinois by the U.S. Marshals Fugitive Task Force Great Lakes Region in conjunction with the Cape Coral Police Department and our task force down here. Later that day, detectives from the Cape Coral Police Department then flew to Chicago to begin an interview with Garrett Kern. Later in the evening on Thursday, November 3rd, a body was discovered in North Cape Coral that was later determined to be that of James Arthur. On Friday, November 4th, in Georgia, law enforcement officials located James Arthur's Volvo, and Cape Coral Police Department went up there, retrieved the vehicle, and brought it down here for processing. Brings us to today, Friday, November 18th. The Lee County Medical Examiner's Office has ruled the death of James Arthur a homicide. And earlier this morning, Cape Coral Police detectives obtained an arrest warrant for Garrett Kern for second-degree murder in the death of James Arthur. Garrett Kern is expected back in the Lee County Jail, hopefully today or sometime soon, where he will be processed on previous charges and will be served with the arrest warrant for second-degree murder for James Arthur. I'm prohibited from commenting on the specific tracking of Garrett Kern, the detective interviews, the details surrounding the capture and the interviews with our detectives in Chicago. I'm precluded from commenting on the forensic evidence that may or may not have been obtained from the vehicle and exactly how he died, cause of death. The state attorney's office now has this case, and they need to be able to prosecute this case without any complications added by inappropriate or premature statements made by myself. We don't want anything to jeopardize the prosecution of this case or injure the Arthur family's quest for justice. Our detectives worked tirelessly on this case and have once again proven why they're some of the best in the business. Yet today we're reminded of the death of James Arthur, and the Cape Coral Police Department still grieves with the Arthur family today. Any questions?
The Arthur family reaction to all this?
I don't have it. I don't know.
Can you tell us why it's second degree?
I'd have to refer you to the state attorney on it because of the details of the case. There's a differentiation or differences between different degrees of homicide, and that would be under their purview right now. Anyone else?
The method in which Kern was being transferred back to Lee County, is that typical? I mean, it sounded like an airport service almost. They're picking up felons along the way.
It's pretty typical.
Okay.
It's a special case to us and a special case to the Arthurs, but every person that's being extradited is a special case to someone, and that's just the manner and protocol that we do, the most cost-effective and most efficient manner.
Gotcha.
Do they ever fly the suspects back for an extradition?
There's been some cases where that's happened, but not in this particular case.
You're not allowed to talk about when you would expect them back in this area?
We expect them back today.
We expect them back today.
That's what I've been told. There's different factors in that because we're not responsible for the travel of him and the other fugitives that are being brought back, but we do expect him in the area soon.
Do you have any idea when he'll make his first court appearance in Lee County?
Probably, depending on what time of the day he gets here, it'll be the following day that there's a first appearance judge. Also, I forgot to mention, in the arrest warrant for second-degree murder, he will be held without bond.
Are you able to give us any information? The death has been ruled a homicide. Are you able to give us any information on how long James Arthur has been in the location along the road?
No, I don't have the information. I wouldn't be able to either. That would go under that same category of the state attorney's office now.
Will a cause of death be released?
It will, but again, I don't mean to be vague, but it has to be on their timetable because that's a critical piece of evidence that they need for trial.